She's absolutely fabulous House Speaker. We don't have one politician in Canada that can articulate as good as her. We don't even have one politician. Maybe Danielle has mentioned something about the fentanyl, but most of them, they push it in Canada because it's the biggest industry now. What is the number one industry? I wouldn't doubt it. If the multi-billionaire or multi-billion fentanyl industry is the number one industry in Canada. You know, they built poverty pimp homes, supportive homes to keep the fentanyl people in, and the rest of us that aren't on hard drugs to suffer a horrible existence in the shit shows, like Atira. And for the natives, they filled up their neighborhood with that fentanyl in the native neighborhood in Vancouver. 6 people died in that neighborhood that I live in. It's absolutely horrible. I see dead people way too often on the streets of filthy Vancouver. So you Canadians that are fighting Donald Trump, you're fighting for fentanyl. And really, honestly, they're so censored. You guys lost an IQ point already. 1 IQ point. You're not bright. You shouldn't be listening to your politicians at this point or your mainstream news. They're breaking your brain. They're actually giving you brain damage. Because none of them sound like this, you know. Let's put an end to the death. No. In Canada, it's a multi-billion-dollar business. The poverty pimps fight. Well, they claim to save lives, but if those poverty pimps ever looked at statistics, you're mass murderers.
Spoken with Prime Minister Trudeau. He says he's not satisfied with what the Prime Minister has said when it comes to fentanyl, but less than 1%, as you know, less than 1% of the fentanyl seized last year was in the northern border. What else does Canada need to do?
Well, that's a Canadian. It's only 1%. Only 1% of less than 1% is coming over the border. Hey, dumb fuck, Canadian. It's only a couple of grains that kill. It's only less than 1%. No one's lives matter. We're fighting to save our multi-billion-dollar industry in Canada. Is it the number one industry servicing fucking druggies with supportive housing shit shows where we suffer in if you're not on hard drugs? They're drug dens. We've got drug dens. We've got free drug equipment. They even put the drugs in the school system and the paraphernalia. And then Bonnie Henry came on our TVs, and she's supposed to be a doctor. She's Dr. Death, just like a Nazi doctor, and said that parents didn't even have a right to know if they're giving opiates to their kids in school. Absolutely wacko shit coming out of Canada. That's why mentally, I moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, USA. I had to disengage. I have literally seen hundreds of people die. I'm traumatized. Oh, that makes me qualify for the MAID program that the nice Canadians have made. Yeah, more death cult shit.
A statement on his call with the governor, Justin Trudeau, as he calls him, of Canada. And he said that he was not pleased, as you said. He said...
I only refer to Trudeau as the prime pooper Trudeau or Governor Trudeau. That's all I'll say. I have zero respect for him. He's absolutely hideous. And the fact that there are Canadians fighting to support the hideous Trudeau and his stupid words and his drugs for your kids, it's crazy. It's wacko, Canada. Get a grip. Stop being wackos.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau that directly. The call ended in a somewhat friendly manner, as the president said, but he's not going to stop standing up for the American people. And to answer your question directly when it comes to fentanyl, for the last 4 years, unfortunately, our neighbors to the north and the south, Canada and Mexico respectively, have allowed America to be a dumping ground, not just for illegal aliens, but for illegal, poisonous, deadly fentanyl, which is now the #1 killer of young people in this country aged 18 to 34. Through the northern border in Canada.
Here in British Columbia, the number one reason people are dying in children from age 10 to 59 is hard drugs. And guess what? They're already censoring that. But it's too late, British shitty Columbia. I've already got screenshots, videos up of it. Number one reason. And there's Canadian wackos mad at America. Don't you dare shut down our multi-billion dollar industry.
Alone, there was enough fentanyl seized to kill 4.8 billion people. And that number is up 2,050% from 2023, the year before. So there's been more than a 2,000% increase in illegal fentanyl seizure at the northern border. Why? Because Canada is allowing that fentanyl to come to the United States. The president sees these numbers. He thinks about the lives that are lost. And everybody in this room, I'm sure, everybody watching at home, everybody across the country knows someone in our lives who has been killed at the hands of this deadly poison. There needs to be repercussions for that. The president feels very strongly about it.
Respect.